Chale guys, we all shall start. In labor costing, we all have done a lot of work till now. Few works that are left, those are the works that we all are starting now. Okay. So, in the last question, our last part that was there was on labor turnover. We continue with the same particular things only on labor turnover. Okay, so that's what we are doing. That is question number 22. Let's read. The present output details of a manufacturing department are as follows. Okay, so some manufacturing companies there. Okay, its details are like this. Average output per week 48,000 units from 160 employees. Sellable value of output means sales here. You can write down over here sales. Further, contribution made by output towards fixed expenses and profit. One sec. Now this thing I have told you in the chapter of joint products also. Sales minus variable cost gives you a concept of contribution. Contribution, one part of contribution will always goes to meet your fixed cost. Balance part will always be your profit. So do remember, contribution is always towards fixed cost and profit only. Whatever customers give you, that is your sales. Out of that you meet your variable cost, direct material, direct labor, all these particular things. Whatever is left with you is contribution. Against contribution there is one charge. What is that charge? It is of fixed cost. The balance figure is nothing but your profit. So this line, no, even if it was just given contribution 2,40,000, it would have been enough. They have just tried to mess it up by saying contribution made by output towards fixed cost and profit. It's always like that only. One part of contribution goes towards your fixed cost. The balance part in this particular case is nothing but your profit. Let's read further. The board of directors plan to introduce more mechanization into the department at a capital cost of 1,60,000. Okay. So what board of directors are thinking in this particular case? Let's do more mechanization. So mechanization means let's start to bring in more machines. Those machines will be costing us how much rupees? 1,60,000. Further, the effect of this will be to reduce number of employees to 120. Okay. Earlier you tell me how many number of employees we had, beta? 160. So obviously now if there will be more machines, okay, number of employees will be starting to fall here. So therefore number of employees now will reduce to 120. And increasing the output per individual employee by 60%. Obviously now machines are there, will be able to be producing faster. So those 120 employees, every employee will be giving output of 60% more. Okay. Now, this is the only line in the question that you might find tough, but then I'm cracking it for you, but it is very easy line. Let's read it. To provide the necessary incentive to achieve the increased output. So we have to increase output of everybody by 60% here. So we have to provide some incentive. What incentive? The board intends to offer 1% increase on the piecework rate. Can we say piecework rate means rate per unit, no? Okay. Of rupee 1 per unit. So piecework rate is how much? Rupee 1 per unit. For every 2% increase in average individual output achieved. Read this particular line once more. Whatever is underlined, please just try to read it in a proper way. Now, tell me, what is the current rate per unit that we pay to our workers? Everybody, rupee 1 per unit. So that is the rate that we are paying to our workers right now. Okay, what the management has told, that we will increase your rate by 1% whenever you increase your output by 2%. So therefore, if you increase output by 2%, we will increase your rate by how much percent, beta? 1%. You tell me, workers will be increasing their output by how much percent? 60%. So can we say their rate should be increased by 30%, no? So currently, I'm asking for the last time. What was their current rate per unit? Rupee 1. Under this new scheme, we will increase it by 30%. So therefore, new rate per unit will be 1.3. So the only meaning of this particular line for you all, because you all are going to be trying this particular question, is that current rate per unit is rupee 1. Current rate per unit is rupee 1. New rate per unit is rupees 1.3. Is that all okay? Yes. Further, to sell the increased output, it will be necessary to reduce the selling price by 4%. Okay. Calculate. Underline this please. Extra weekly contribution resulting from the proposed change, and evaluate for board's information desirability of introducing the change. Okay. So what those guys are saying, ki compute extra weekly contribution. Now contribution is nothing but sales minus variable cost. Okay. So let's compute extra weekly contribution. So everybody tells me, what is the current weekly contribution? 2,40,000. So let's do new sales minus new variable cost. You will start to be getting new contribution. New contribution minus 2,40,000 will be giving you, in this particular case, extra weekly contribution. This question has been asked for 8 marks in exams. Okay. Out of that, first part is for how many marks, that I will say after some time. Okay. But let's start to be doing that. You all write down calculation extra weekly contribution. Calculation of extra weekly contribution. Now see. Tell me how many units you produce in 1 week currently. 48,000. So write down over here 48,000. Okay. Tell me what is the current amount of sales? 6 lakhs. Can we say if you will be dividing this and this, you will be able to get your current selling price, no? So get the current selling price please for me. How much? 12.5. Okay. Less variable cost. Now this is my hint to you all. Leave 2 lines. That is a hint only. Rest there is no other hint that will be coming up. So sales minus variable cost will be giving you all contribution. So in this particular case, currently, obviously, you are selling 48,000 units. You are earning 2,40,000 rupees of contribution. Kindly divide. That's how much? 5 rupees? Okay. So, one sec. You will have to get all these numbers for me. All these numbers. I just wanted to start away this particular question for you. Once you get every number, so then you will be writing, you all write down with me, extra weekly contribution. That particular figure will be this number that you'll have to get for me, minus 2,40,000. This figure is whatever will fetch you your marks. Now one thing, important for me and very important for me. Variable cost is any cost that you incur whenever you produce and sell 1 unit. Other things you all think, one of the very good questions that we all have in this particular chapter is this question. Okay. So in this case, you all do one thing. I give you 7 minutes for it. Think properly, everybody. Write in pencil new quantities. Okay. Apart from that, new rates. Everything. The moment you get this yellow figure, you will be able to be cracking this. Okay, your 7 minutes have started. Start. If anybody has got the answers, you can try to tell me. No. Till now all answers are wrong. Try. Chalo, then I'll give you one very big hint. Okay, then you all can try. Obviously, variable cost will include one cost for sure that is given to you in the question, that is direct labor cost. So, direct labor cost, tell me currently you are producing how many units, beta? Everybody can tell me, then I'll give you a minute more. Okay, tell me that. 48,000. And currently we are paying the workers at what rate, beta? 1. So, therefore, this will be 48,000. Everybody's answers are wrong till now. So, what I suggest is, I'll make one working note, then you all continue after that. Okay, let me make that working note of 1.3 till that time. Okay, so write down please, working note 1. New rate per unit. Current rate, rupee 1. Add increase. Whenever output will increase by 2%, rate will increase in rate will be 1%. So, whenever this thing will increase by 60%, 30%, so 1.3. Sorry, this will be, so 0.3, it will increase by, so new rate will be 1.3. So, you can put over here 1.3. So, you all have got some hint now. Think, and now I give you 2 minutes more. Everybody's answers are wrong. I just want this particular figure. Okay, this yellow figure I want. Try now, at least you should be able to get it. This question is silent about that single line that I've left. All answers are wrong till now. Just one thing, you should have got new output at as 57,600. You all got that or not at least?
Yes, got it.
Okay, but that's not your answer, obviously. That's part of your answer. Try to get the other things here. Okay, just wait then. Let's all try to get 57,600 by way of a working note, and then you all continue. Write down new output. Current output per employee. So currently 48,000 from 160 employees. Everybody was making 300. New output per employee. Everybody will increase their output by 60%. So therefore this will become 480. And lastly, in this particular case, new output, 480 units each and every employee will make, but now there will be how many employees here? 120. So 57,600. Your hints, I have done enough. Listen to me. Everybody can write down 57,600 at these 4 places, please. Ritika, your answer is correct. Nahi, your answer is correct. Shafaq, your answer is now correct. I am giving 1 minute to everybody else now. At least now try to get the answer. How many hints you all want here? Come on. Sahil, your answer is now correct. Time over. Enough time. Now see. There was only one catch in the question, and as per me, that was that line that I have left. Now see. Obviously, direct labor might not be the only variable cost, beta. You have your other variable cost also. So let's write down over here others. So other variable cost in this particular case, now see, balancing figure, in any case it will be 48,000 units. I guess balancing figure will be 6.5. Either you can multiply 48,000 and 6.5. How did 6.5 come? Beta 12.5 minus 5 will be your variable cost. That's 7.5. Out of that 1 rupees labor cost. Now anybody can ask, sir, what is this others? This is any other variable cost. It could be say material, it could be say factory overheads, it could be any other cost which is variable. I don't need to be defining that it is material cost or something. It could be any damn cost here. Okay. So therefore I guess this particular figure will be 3,12,000. Okay. I'm asking to everybody, any doubts till now? Okay, so then it is very simple now. Selling price will be reduced by 4%. It was 12.5, no? So 12.5 minus 4%. So therefore this particular figure will be 12. This comes to how much? New sales is how much, beta?
691,200.
691,200. Okay, new variable cost is 74,880. That labor part, correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Last part. Now everybody will have to tell me, everybody, huh? Should I copy, see about this, no? About this particular line, nothing is there in the entire question. In fact, this we found out as a balancing figure. This was a catch in the question. So now we have done this thing in cost sheet also in any case. Should I copy 6.5 or should I copy 3,12,000? 6.5, no? Beta, these are variable cost. Variable cost will be remaining same per unit. Okay. So therefore, in this particular case, this is 6.5. This comes to how much? 374,400. This is 4.2, 241,920, 241,920. 1920. Now see, I've done one part of this particular question. Just you all can do one small thing. Working note 3, one liner only actually. New selling price is equal to 12.5 minus 4% is equal to rupees 12. Now see. Now listen very carefully. See, in this last paragraph, no, what these guys had asked me. These guys had told that calculate extra weekly contribution resulting from the proposed change. I did that, not a problem. And evaluate for board's information desirability of introducing this change. They are asking you, please advise the board whether you would like to do this particular change or not. Can you say we will do this particular change every week? We will earn 1920 rupees extra.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but then do remember one thing. Aim of every company, no, should not to be earning highest contribution, beta. Aim of every company should be earning, can you all speak further? Highest profit. If you are earning anything extra as contribution, but if you are spending more amount of fixed cost for it, then you are stupid here in that case. Okay, ultimately your profit will fall, no? Okay. So my answer, my decision is always going to be based upon profit. Okay, so write down over here, calculation of extra weekly profit. So we have extra weekly contribution, that is 1920 less extra weekly fixed cost. This will give you extra weekly profit. Even if there is a rupee extra no in profit, I am interested here. But obviously for this, I want extra weekly fixed cost. Now, you are going to be seeing this question and think only for 1 minute. I want extra weekly fixed cost. Think for a while and then do let me know. Okay. Tell me one thing. In this question, is there any extra fixed cost? Yes or no? You tell me that particular thing first. Yes. Which is that particular cost? You all can tell me. 1,60,000. I'm asking you all this particular question, open to everybody. Should I write down 1,60,000 over here?
No.
Okay. Why not? Why not?
So the whole benefit sum will be derived after this week also.
Okay. So 1,60,000 as per most of the people, if I try to put in some words in your mouth, it will be a capital cost, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then how much should I write down over here? You tell me some number then. Or if you cannot tell me a number, you can tell me, sir, this is not there, hence I cannot tell you a number. You can speak like that also.
Number of uses of machine.
Number of?
Life of machine.
The life of the machine. Now, suppose if we would have told, like, that machine is going to be having life of 5 years. Okay. So, 1,60,000 divided by 5, this will give you per year. Into 1 by 52, this will give you kind of extra weekly depreciation. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now, this number I would have written over here. After writing that number, this figure is positive. I am interested, else I am not. But now what to do? Now, in this particular case, what to do? So, therefore, now what we are doing is a very simple thing. And what is that simple thing in this particular case? Listen to me very carefully. If life of any asset is not given to you, in costing, same assumption in CA final also. We assume that life of the asset is perpetual. Perpetual means infinite. And if it is infinite, it is not possible to provide for something like depreciation. Is that okay?
Yes.
Means that asset once purchased will be giving you benefit forever. Okay. To give you a small example, there are many assets whose life is perpetual here. Like in 2018, we developed a ERP system for management of our classes. Okay. We paid around 1.5 lakh rupees for it. Okay. Now, in that case, that cost I incurred once for the entire life only here. Okay. There is nothing called as depreciation on those particular things. Okay. It's a one-time cost forever. Okay. So, if life of any asset is not given in costing, you will be assuming that life of the asset is infinite. And if it is infinite, then this figure has to be nil only, beta. Write down over here nil. This is 1920. First we are writing the conclusion and then we are writing that assumption. As there is extra weekly profit, comma, company should accept the proposal. Write down over here asterisk, put over here. Write down. If life of any asset is not given, we assume the life to be infinite, and hence it is not possible to provide for something like depreciation. Hence, extra weekly fixed cost is nil. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what I've written over here, this was a 8 marks question. Out of that, ICA had 6 marks for the first part and 2 marks for the last part. Means for that advice that you will give and the assumption that you will make. Just one thing that I've written in shorts, variable cost is any cost which is incurred for every unit. In this problem, be careful about the variable cost. There are 2 variable costs. One of them is labor and the remaining part must be other variable cost. Okay, now see. This question as such sometimes brings out positive effects of labor turnover. If you all will understand, here we are throwing out 40 employees, okay, but then we are bringing in machines as a helping hand, we are increasing the output, so overall it is good for you. But last time what we concluded on was not this. We usually try to be thinking that labor turnover is not good for any organization. Obviously old employees leave, new employees start to be coming in, okay. It's not good for a company. Now, how does it impact the company in terms of profits? Okay. Usually due to labor turnover, profits will fall. I'm giving you one example. Just keep in mind. Listen. Selling price of our products was 10 rupees. This is my example. Variable cost in this particular case was 8 rupees. So, contribution that we were getting on every unit was rupees 2. Okay. I'm giving you some new term, and that is PV ratio. PV ratio stands for profit volume ratio. It is contribution upon sales into 100. That's nothing but 20%. Okay, so PV ratio in this particular case is 20% in my example. 20% means whenever you are going to be doing 100 rupees of sales, 80 rupees will go towards your variable cost. And 20 rupees in this particular case will be nothing but your contribution as such. Okay. Now listen. In this particular case, something that happened in our company. This was the data of last year that I am writing. Last year, number of units that company produced and sold was 1000 units. Okay. You don't require calcs for whatever I will be asking you all. So orally you all try to be answering. You tell me, last year what must have been our sales, beta? Rupee sales. 10,000. So 1000 units into 10 rupees. So therefore my sales would have been 10,000. Out of that less our variable cost. So therefore our variable cost would have been how much? 8,000. If I'll be subtracting, I'll be able to get my contribution. So contribution must have been 2,000. Obviously 2,000 I can get you by 3 different ways. I can subtract this and this, I can get 2000. I can take 10,000 multiply by 20%, that is your PV ratio. So therefore you will get your contribution of 2000. If that's not okay, then also I can try to tell you, whenever we produce and sell 1 unit, we get how much rupees here? 2 rupees. Okay, we get 2 rupees of contribution. So therefore by 1000 units, for every unit we get 2, for 1000 we'll be getting 2000. But I can't enjoy that 2000 rupees. Why? Because I got to be meeting my fixed cost also. So let's meet our fixed cost, my rental cost, my salaries to my managers, my legal charges, etc, etc. So therefore say 1500. Okay. Contribution minus fixed cost will start to give you profit over here. So therefore profit in this particular case was 500. Okay. Now when last year ended, no, it was new year. Okay, all my employees came to me. I was the owner of the company. They told Happy New Year. I told Happy New Year to you also. They told, sir, we are leaving this Phaltu company and going. I told, what are you talking? Sir, we will leave this company. We don't want to be continuing over here. It is such a nightmare to be working. I told, get out. Okay, they all went away. Obviously, my existing workers are all gone. I recruited new workers. Okay. New workers, no talent, no shakal, no akal, nothing, all useless people. Okay. They used to be working super slow, super slow. Obviously, due to that, my production fell. It fell down to 800 units. Tell me, what will be my sales for this year now? 8,000. What will be my variable cost, beta? 6,400. Okay, so therefore my contribution will fall down to 1,600. Okay. Now these new guys who came, no, I had to train them. Okay, I had to give advertisements in the newspapers, want more workers up and so on. I had to pay money to the recruitment agencies. When they came, I had to do their medical test up and so on. All these things will push up my fixed cost. My fixed cost increased from 1,500 to, in this particular case, I'll do one thing. Let me take this particular figure to 900. Chalo. Okay. So therefore this year it became 900 as such. Okay. So therefore can you say this thing will become 9,000? 900 into 8. This thing will become 7,200. This thing becomes 1,800. Okay. Now, as I was saying that my fixed cost suddenly increased due to the recruitment cost, the training cost, the medical cost, the advertisement cost for getting the new workers up and so on. My fixed cost increased by 200 rupees. So therefore fixed cost increase to 1,700. Can we say my profit will be falling down to 100 rupees, no?
Yes, sir.
Now, if somebody will ask me, how much did your profit fell by due to labor turnover? What will you reply? It fell down by how much? It fell down by 400 rupees. Okay. Now, this 400 rupees, no, just a sec. So, therefore, decrease in profit, obviously due to labor turnover, is equal to 500 minus 100 is equal to 400. I don't want to be calculating this particular way. Okay. Can we say profit is a result of two things, contribution and fixed cost? If contribution will fall, then also my profit will fall. Can we say if fixed cost will rise, then also my profit will fall, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so therefore what I am trying to be doing, I am writing two things over here. Decrease in contribution and the other particular thing, increase in fixed cost. Okay. So therefore now everybody can try to tell me contribution fell by how much? 200. Profit, sorry, then fixed cost increased by how much? 200. So therefore in this particular case this figure has increased by 400 as such. Okay. Sorry, so therefore this particular thing has decreased by rupees 400. So therefore this is decrease in profit. Now the last thing that I'm saying, even this 200 I can compute in two different ways. Tell me, due to labor turnover, how many units you could produce less? Units 100 units. Can we say on every unit you were supposed to be earning contribution of 2 rupees? Is that okay?
Yes.
So therefore into rupees 2. I don't want to be doing like this also. Okay. Last method. Can we say due to labor turnover, my sales fell down by 1,000 rupees?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If sales fell down by 1,000 rupees, can we say contribution will fall at the rate of 20% of it, no? 20% is nothing but your PV ratio. Okay. So therefore, in this particular case, this is how you can be alternately getting that particular answer. Okay. Now, this was just a demo question from my side, just a demo question. Okay. But this is my demo question which I have printed also in form of question number 23. So just read that question number 23. When you're reading, try to please think it is exactly same as whatever I have told you all right now. Is it the same question exactly?
Yes.
Okay, so please copy the answer. This is just a demo question so that we are prepared for the next question. Please just copy down this, then we'll start away with the next question. Once done, do let me know, please. One question that has been asked in exams minimum 11 to 12 times. That is a question that we all are doing right now. Now, one of the best questions, although not properly explained by the module because they should have given us two options in the answer. Okay, but let's start to be doing that. Okay, now, just one thing. In our next question, what will be of use? That will be whatever I am highlighting right now. Okay, it will be all these things that will be of use. We'll have to try to find out due to labor turnover how much profit has fallen down. So profit will fall down because of two things. First, our contribution will fall. Second, our fixed cost will rise. Okay. Now, in that next question, they will not give you the details of units. They will give you the details of this and this. Okay. And that is why I taught you by all the methods. So therefore, there is no issue as such. Okay. Let's start question number 24. The management of In and Out Limited are worried about their increasing labor turnover in the factory. And before analyzing the causes and taking the remedial steps, they want to have an idea of profit foregone as a result of labor turnover in the last year. Okay. So, in this particular case, there is some company, they are worried about lot of labor turnover, and before they try to take some steps to avoid it, they just want to have how much profit was lost. Okay, in the last year due to labor turnover. So, do remember, labor turnover has already happened in the last year. Okay, they are trying to find out due to labor turnover how much profit we lost in the last year. So there is nothing about current year. We are not interested also in current year. We are interested in last year only. Okay, so last year over here. Last year's sales amounted to 83,03,300 and the gross profit ratio was 20%. Okay. The total number of actual hours worked by direct labor workforce was 4,45,000. Okay. As a result of delays by the personnel department in filling up the vacancies due to labor turnover, 1 lakh potentially productive hours were lost. Okay. So what those guys are saying, last year's sales was this much. Okay. But last year is the same year when labor turnover must have happened. Okay. Gross profit ratio was 20%. Gross profit means PV ratio. The full form of PV ratio is profit volume ratio. In case you all want, you all can write it. The total number of actual hours worked by direct labor workforce was 4,45,000. As a result, by delays in the personnel department in filling up the vacancies due to labor turnover, 1 lakh potentially productive hours were lost. Okay. The actual direct labor hours included 30,000 hours attributable to the training of the new recruits, of which half of them were unproductive. The cost incurred consequences on labor turnover revealed on analysis the following. Settlement cost due to leaving, recruitment cost, selection cost, training cost. Just total up all these things. These are all your fixed costs. Okay, the fixed costs that will be increasing as such. Just Do the total and write down over here only. That's fine. 113,800. Further. Now read this line carefully, and in my last demonstration, I exactly did this particular thing only here. Assuming that potential production lost as a consequences of labor turnover could have been sold at prevailing prices. Find the profit foregone last year on account of labor turnover. I'll read this line once more. Assuming that potential production lost as a consequence of labor turnover could have been sold at prevailing prices. If in last question I try to check this, tell me due to labor turnover, how many units were lost? 100. Can we say if those 100 units were sold at prevailing prices, then I would have got 2 rupees as contribution?
Yes, sir.
If I would have sold at 10, I would have got 2 rupees at contribution. Okay, as contribution. So therefore, 100 into 2, when I did this, or when I did this particular thing, I exactly assume that particular thing only. Okay, I'm reading this last paragraph once more. Assuming that the potential production lost as a consequence of labor turnover could have been sold at prevailing prices, find the profit foregone last year on account of labor turnover. Okay. So, listen. They want you to find out profit foregone on account of labor turnover. Profit will fall down because of two things. Which two things? Either contribution will fall or fixed cost will rise. Let's start to be doing both of them. Okay, so write down please. Calculation of profit lost. So profit will fall due to decrease in contribution or due to increase in fixed cost or due to increase in fixed cost. Now see. Now, contribution will fall down by how much? My previous example. See, in this question, I don't know you have realized or not, there is no information of units. You try to check from the question. Is there a single word of units in this entire sum? No. So, therefore, I'm going to be doing the question in this particular manner. Okay. I'll try to find out due to labor turnover, how much sales was lost. The moment I get that particular number, I'll put that number over here. And in this question, I guess PV ratio is 20% only. So therefore, into 20%. Let us get this particular number. Then we'll be able to get this particular number. Add increase in fixed cost. I guess there are 4 fixed costs you can copy from the textbook whose total was 113,800. We want this answer as a final answer. I'm showing you all the question. Just copy down these particular 4 things there. Name and the amount. Now see. Now there is only one thing for us to be finding out, and that is nothing but calculation of sales lost. Write down calculation of sales lost. Once we get sales lost, I guess our job will be completely over in this entire case. Okay. So that's what we are going to be doing. We are going to be calculating this particular thing. Okay. And then our job will be completely over. So let's compute sales lost. Okay. Listen. Read this entire paragraph. Trust me. 4 times. Then I'll ask you all questions so that you all can reply to me. I'll come to know whether you really read it 4 times or not. Please read it 4 times. Only that paragraph, nothing else. And just whenever you're reading it, do remember last year labor turnover has already happened. And this is the data of last year only. Done? Okay. So now you'll have to tell me first of all, this sales of 83,03,300, is it the normal sales or is it that particular sales like, which was a lower figure due to labor turnover? You tell me that first. Lower figure. Okay. Correct. Okay, you all are not writing now. So this was the sales, 83 lakh 3,300. This was the sales of the last year. Last year labor turnover had already happened. Now see, this is the sales of how many units. I cannot ask you that. You cannot tell me that also, because there is no data of units. But if you will try to think, instead of units, you have hours data, no, with you. Now, if you all will rationally think, you will come to know. Due to hours, we produce units, and due to units, we get sales. So, therefore, if sales is proportional to units, units is proportional to hours, you can speak further. Sales is proportional to hours. If workers will work more, we will produce more. We will produce more, we will sell more. We will sell more, we will be having more amount of sales. Okay. So now next question, I am asking very simple. In case you have read it, then you should be getting it correct. Tell me 83 lakh 3,300 was the sales by working for how many hours? Reply after 30 seconds, please. 83 lakh 3,300 was the sales of how many units? You can't tell me that, but that units takes or took how many hours to produce? 30 seconds. After that you reply. After that you reply. Now, let's play KBC. Answer 4,45,000, 4,30,000, 4,15,000, 3,45,000, 3,30,000, 3,15,000. Last particular thing, none of the above. Everybody will have to speak. You all give your answer, so that's okay. So somebody is saying 3,30,000. Okay. 4,30,000. Okay. 4,30,000. Okay. 4,15,000. 4,30,000. Okay. Everybody give your one answer, no? At least that you all can do, yaar. Dumbos. Only these many ticks I made. Useless. Listen, cartoons. Those people have given this answer. Useless people. Tell me one thing. Is 1 lakh part of 4,45,000? Tell me yes or no. No. Beta, those many hours were lost only because workers were only not there. And 4,45,000 are actual hours worked. I told you to bloody read 4 times. Okay. These are the actual number of hours that were worked, 4,45,000. Out of that, no, it is not out of that. Apart from that, 1 lakh potential productive hours were lost. Can you say lost means workers were not there only? No. Example, you worked for 6 hours and 1 hour was lost. Will you be saying that out of 6 hours, 1 hour was lost? No. Apart from 6 hours that you have worked, 1 hour was lost. Means in all, there were 7 hours. Out of that, you have lost 1 hour, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, useless answer. Useless people. Okay. Left are 3 choices. Shout on top of your voice. 4,45,000, 4,30,000, 4,15,000.
4,50,000.
Obviously 4,30,000. Cartoons. What have you read the question bloody 4 times? Listen. Tell me how many hours workers actually worked? 4,45,000. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me one thing. Is 30,000 part of 4,45,000?
Yes, sir.
That is given to you in the question. It is part of that. Actual direct labor hours included 30,000 hours. So it included. attributable to the training of the new recruits, out of which half of the hours were unproductive. Unproductive means that time no production was done. But can we say in the remaining 15,000 hours production was done? No.
Yes, sir.
So therefore you will understand now, due to 4,30,000 hours, we produce those, one sec. Tell me to reach from 4,45,000 to 4,15,000. Sorry. To reach from 4,45,000 to 4,30,000. I am subtracting which hours? Unproductive hours or productive hours? Unproductive. Thank you. I will write it because I don't trust you all even 1%. Okay. So write down over here productive hours worked. Now just copy down this please. Don't copy down the next part. Now listen. What I'm saying, last year when labor turnover happened, workers must have worked for 4,30,000 hours. And in those 4,30,000 hours, they produced those many units whose sales value was 83,03,300. Is this relationship clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So therefore, last year 4,30,000 hours were worked, which resulted in production of those many units whose sales value was this much. Okay, whose sales value was this much. Okay. Now my last question to you all. Okay. Please, everybody has to confirm me. Everything is clear till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm asking you the last question. Tell me, if labor turnover would not have happened, how many extra hours you would have got for production? Now before you will answer, sir, why do you require that figure? Why do I require that particular figure? Because the moment you give me that particular figure, what I will start to be thinking, that last year these many hours produced those many units whose sales value was this. If labor turnover did not happen, these many extra hours I would have got. In those extra hours, how many units I will produce, that in any case I cannot try to be finding out, but I will be able to get the sales. Okay. So this much sales I would have got had labor turnover would not have happened. Means this much sales was lost because labor turnover had happened, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The moment I get this particular number, okay, this will be my sales loss due to labor turnover. That number I'll put over here. If that much sales I lose into 20%, that much contribution I lose, plus I incur this much amount of fixed cost, and finally this will be the amount of profit that I'm going to be losing. So therefore it's as simple as this. So now I only require one number over here. You will have to tell me, and please reply after 1 minute. Nobody replies before 1 minute. Reply once this ticking clock is over. If labor turnover would not have happened, how many extra hours you would have got? Reply after 1 minute, please. You will have to tell me, if labor turnover would not have happened, how much sales we would have generated. You tell me that first. Somebody had to reply. How many hours we would have got extra if labor turnover would not have happened? Please reply.
1,15,000.
Okay, we play KBC for the third time. Will answer be 1 lakh? Will answer be 1,15,000? Will answer be 1,30,000? Will answer be 85,000? A, B, C, D. Reply. Shout, 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 please.
C. C. E.
B, C, C, B, A. Now, let us see that. Okay, that what will be the answer? It will be one of these two for sure. 1 lakh and 1,15,000. Now, those people who have thought 1,15,000, you all know how does it come. Those people who have thought 1 lakh, how does it come? But one thing for damn sure, I think that 1 lakh in any case will be there. Can you say if labor turnover would not have happened, those 1 lakh hours would not have been lost, no?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 lakh will definitely be there. Now, those people who are saying 1,15,000, just I would like to know this. I'm not saying it is wrong. But those 15,000 that you are talking are unproductive training hours or productive training hours that you are adding back? Unproductive. Okay. So then it's okay. But what is the final answer? Listen. Now, ICA told answer is 1 lakh. Okay. And I can say answer is 1 lakh also. Answer is 1,15,000 also. I can justify anything. That is my skills. I can teach you science also. I can teach you IT also. Those are my skills. I'll convince you for 1 lakh. I'll convince you for 1,15,000. Okay. Let me try. Now, see. One thing for damn sure, if labor turnover would not have happened, can you say these 1 lakh hours would not have been lost, no? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So 1 lakh hours we would have got extra for sure. Now, whether we would have got those 15,000 hours extra or not, for that, I'll try to give you some example. Okay. I'm trying to ultimately tell you both the views, but in end, I'll be doing whatever ICA has done 11 to 12 times, okay, in their answers. Okay, let's see. Now, everybody says ICA does wrong, but in this question, they were not wrong, but they should have justified it. That's the only way. See. Suppose my factory regular timings before labor turnover happened was 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. My workers come at 10, my workers leave at 6 p.m. Okay. Now, labor turnover happened. Labor turnover happened. New workers came. When the new workers came, no, then in that case, I had to train them. In reality, training that happens is always of two types. Not there in your module, but then you should be knowing that. Training is either on the job training or it is off the job training. Example, when you will be starting your articleship, it is on the job training. On the job training means you will be working and you will be doing the production also. You will be filing returns, you will be doing audits. That is on the job training. So what is off the job training? Whatever you are doing right now in front of me. Tell me one thing, whenever you are studying costing, are you filing IT returns also? No. Are you doing some auditing of some damn big company? Niche aaram se, which I can't see? No. Okay. This is off the job training. Okay. This is off the job training. Now, off the job training in this particular case is always non-productive. Okay. And on the job training is always productive. Now, this is one thing in any case as a general knowledge you all should be knowing. Example, if you are in IT industry, most of the training that will happen will be on the job training. Okay. They will teach you how to do coding up and so on. There will be one instructor who will keep on telling you and you will be simultaneously doing your job also. In reference to a manufacturing company, suppose one instructor comes in the factory. he tells to the workers, see towards me, the way that I am producing the product, please keep on producing. Okay, so therefore workers follow. Can we say when workers are being taught this, they are even producing the goods, no?
Yes, sir.
That is on the job training. But suppose like, that we tell the workers, today our instructor will come, he will tell us like, what is the best way to produce, what you all should do. We will take you in a classroom, he will demonstrate all the PPTs and all to you up and so on. That is off the job training. Okay, now see. My regular timings were 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Labor turnover happened. Okay. Now, when labor turnover happened, listen very carefully. In this particular case, these workers left, new workers came. Okay. When these workers left, new workers came. No, in that particular case, when new workers came, I told them, you all don't know anything about this industry. I'll have to train you. Workers told, okay sir, train us. So company made a new rule. What did they say? 10 to 4 p.m. you all produce the goods. 4 to 6 p.m. will be your training. Okay, 4 to 6 p.m. will be your training. Out of that also, 4 to 5 p.m. will be on the job training. 5 to 6 will be off the job training. You understood what did I say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this is the case, no, then answer should be 1,15,000. Somebody says why? Because you all will understand, if labor turnover would not have happened, older workers would have been there. And then older workers would have worked from 10 to 6. Company would have done the production even in the last 1 hour, no? We would have got those unproductive training hours also for the production, no?
Yes, sir.
You all understood this? So, if you are ever saying 1,15,000 is the answer, every other professor they say 1,15,000 is the only answer, okay? They don't even give this explanation, but that's okay. Okay, so everybody is not knowledgeable in this world, but that's okay. But if you're saying 1,15,000 is the answer, means you're assuming that this off the job training is within the factory hours. Is that all okay for everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so answer is 1,15,000, but IC did not do that. It did the other way around. Now I am trying to be justifying in this particular case, how will answer of 1 lakh come? My existing workers, they were working from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. Labor turnover happened. Okay, they all went away. New workers came. New workers in this particular case were useless workers. Okay, they had no talent only. So therefore I told them, every day 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. will be your on the job training. Workers told, okay sir. Then I told 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. will be your off the job training. I don't want to be wasting normal factory hours for this off the job training. You all understood this situation?
Yes, sir.
If this will be the answer, no, if this will be the situation, then answer will be 1 lakh only. Why? Because if the older workers were there, can you say they would have left in any case at 6 o'clock only?
Yes.
So that 1 hour we would have never ever got for production only, no?
Yes, sir.
Are Ghonchu people, you understand what did I say? If labor turnover would not have happened, you tell me one thing, workers would have left only at what time? 6 p.m. That 1 hour we will never ever get only, no, for production. Can you say that 1 hour is unproductive training hours? If labor turnover would not have happened, I would not have got that particular 1 hour for production. If you are going to be saying that, then answer will be 1 lakh, because then 15,000 hours you would not get only for production if labor turnover would not have happened. Is that all okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so ICA has written the answer as 1 lakh. So I will have to be going by that, because this question no has been asked so many times no by institute. If I was there in board of studies, and I have told this thing to many students, whenever you become CAs, okay, first thing, get into the board of studies, okay, correct all those errors that I will be saying. Please make a good module for the future students at least. That much is the work that you have on your shoulders. Okay, obviously somebody can tell me, why didn't I do it? Okay, That is my wish. I didn't want to be doing it. So I'm telling you all do. Okay. So therefore, if, just wait, 1 lakh hours were made available more, comma, then how much extra production we would have done, and its sales value would be, cross multiply. That's it. Our job will be done with that. Okay, get me this particular figure, please. Cross multiply. This is this. So 1 lakh is how much? $19,31,000.
Yes, sir.
This 19,31,000 will be coming over here. Please multiply by 20%. 386,200. So my contribution fell down by this much. Fixed cost increased by 113,800. I guess profit has fallen down by 5 lakhs. Okay. You write down this particular figure over here. Write down this. You write down this. And then please copy down this. Calculation of sales loss. Copy down this, please.